Okay, it's Thursday, February 2nd. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today we end up with a gapped up green daily bar that closed fairly strong. You can see from the pre-market range, we started out above that range and moved higher, close to some bigger picture targets. This is the weekly bar, and we are working up here towards like that 419 area. In terms of the price action on the 15-minute chart, you had the classic, when you gap up like this a little bit near the highs of the range, you want to look for that kind of red to green move. We got that here, bought calls, went up, one push, pause, second push up, and that was it for the day. And you're nearing your target on the second push up, and then eventually you get the big red bar and the day's kind of over. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We're definitely in exhaustion risk. In terms of all these up days in a row, so you can get a pullback or a pause at any time. You can see we now have a fair value gap between high of this bar and low of this bar, so we can easily pull back in this area. And we're clearly going to monitor this yellow line, which is the open of the month. If we look at the month, so far it's only been a couple of days, but we're definitely moving strongly to the upside. So who knows, maybe this is the low of the month for the entire month, and February just goes up, up, up. It's kind of like that in January. If I look back on the daily chart a little bit, just to show you, in January, we kind of started down for 2 days, but once we crossed that open here of the month, we never looked back and went up all month. Now we're starting out here at the yellow line at the open, heading up. I'm not saying for sure we're going to happen, but we're going to, if on any pullbacks, we're going to want to see if we hold that level. And then if we kind of come in here and pause and hold that level, then it's exciting that this month might really follow through strong to the upside. It's kind of reminding me all these up days now, and you kind of think you're overextended. There was a period back before the market really, let me go back on the daily chart. We were in that big bull market in here, and it was just going up, 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 and you kept thinking it was overextended, but you get minor pullbacks and higher, higher. Eventually, when we got some kind of a deep pullback right in here, you can see that one that lasted for a while. If I go to the weekly chart, that was kind of right in here where we got eventually a pretty strong 2 down, and then it held red, and that got us down for like a month before we started up. So that's what we're going to look for on the weekly chart now. I mean, some kind of failure in here. And until we see it, even though you might think you're, at exhaustion risk, there's going to be maybe just minor pauses, and we continue up not only to this target, but maybe to this one. So that's what we're going to monitor for. There's still exhaustion risk. Another thing too, let's say we this is we end the week tomorrow, kind of strong green. Maybe we'll just probe up next week and have more of a pause week, or maybe an inside week. If we end up with one of those inside weeks, then look for kind of, choppy action and kind of days that maybe have a 2 down day, but don't follow through and then start 2 up. And we maybe do that for a while until eventually more strong green bars form. But, this is pretty strong. 1, 2, 3 pretty big green bars in a row. So at some point after that action, either you get a red bar, or you get some kind of, here's the big reversals. I'm trying to look at moments where after some, maybe you get a little consolidation type of thing. So we'll watch for that. But for now, that's the thing. The momentum might be a little tricky going up each and every day, but you got to kind of just go where this, that's where you kind of use this opening price action and the pre-market ranges to judge what kind of day is unfolding. So anyway, another good day to the upside today. 2 pushes up after the red to green move. On the daily chart, we end up, definitely with some room to, be a little bit of exhaustion and pull back. We're in that mode, but nevertheless, we'll just see how the week ends, and then, tomorrow, and then kind of see how things, go into next week. And the weekly reversal is going to be the only sign at this point that maybe, this month might eventually, pull back and get below that yellow line. But if not, then it's still up, up, up. And we really do have these targets up here in the big picture to the 430 area, to get to if things stay strong.